Thanks so much, Kirsten. I hope everybody's well today. As Kirsten said, I'm Susie Aldous. I'm a Teaching Standards Education Officer with the General Teaching Council for Scotland, and it's a real pleasure to speak to you today about the recently launched National Framework for Learning for Sustainability. A national framework is an opportunity to form a collective vision for learning for sustainability. And the work of the framework plays an important role in aligning with the professional standards for teachers and ensuring the universal entitlement to learning for sustainability for every child and young person in Scotland. Next slide, please, Kirsten. GTC Scotland were pleased to play a collaborative role in achieving the actions set out in the Target 2030 policy to create a national framework for learning for sustainability in initial teacher education. As part of our ongoing work to champion the professional standards, we spent the last few years creating spaces for dialogue with initial teacher educators or ITE colleagues. This included regularly meeting with a group of teacher educators who were keen to advance LfS development across Scotland, and that work gained momentum through the action planning in relation to Target 2030, bringing together representatives from all Scottish teacher education institutions alongside Learning for Sustainability Scotland, and led by Lizzie, who's here today from the Scottish Council of Deans for Education. Next slide, please. Our professional standards are agreed on as our way of being and the shared language to describe who we are and what we do as teachers in Scotland. IT educators work closely with the professional standards, both with their students and also as registrants themselves in supporting professional development. Learning for sustainability is deeply embedded across the professional standards and what it means to be a teacher in Scotland, which is made clear in this extract that we've highlighted here. Scotland's professional standards actively support, embrace and promote the principles and practices of sustainability across all aspects. This means understanding and valuing environment, culture and heritage, developing a sense of place and belonging to the local, national and global community. It also means having a deep connection to the natural world and understanding the significance of the choices we make now and in the future. So no matter what stage of our career we're at, whether working to the standard for provisional registration, full registration, career-long professional learning, middle leadership, the standard for headship, or as college lecturers, the professional standards give that consistent message of the role that we all have to play in ensuring the learner entitlement to LfS. Next slide, please, Kirsten. In the early 20th century, Scottish educator and social reformer Patrick Geddes spoke of educating the head, heart and hand, a holistic approach that values intellectual growth, emotional development and practical action. This philosophy underpins how we often talk about learning for sustainability in Scotland, and it also resonates strongly with the suite of professional standards which guide these same dimensions of teaching through being a teacher in Scotland, professional knowledge and understanding, and professional skills and abilities. And together they support a reflective, action-oriented professionalism, which is essential for realising the entitlement to learning for sustainability. Next slide, please. So as we said, learning for sustainability is deeply embedded across the professional standards, particularly in areas that explore global, sustainable and ethical issues, areas that are often complex and interdependent. Viewing professional practice through the lens of learning for sustainability means embracing the core values of teacher professionalism, which are social justice, trust and respect and integrity. The standard for full registration reflects these values in the way that we approach learning for sustainability in our curriculum, our school cultures, our campus, and working with our communities, the 4 Cs that Kirsten referenced earlier on. This could potentially be through outdoor learning, including direct experience of nature, and other learning within and beyond school boundaries. We can show our values by creating opportunities for learning to be transformative, to challenge assumptions and expand worldviews through encouraging learners to see themselves as interconnected with themselves, others, and the natural world. And we can reflect the principles of the UNCRC by contributing to rights respecting culture where learners meaningfully participate in decision making and also support the decisions we make as educators to ensure that these are compatible with a sustainable future in the world that we want to be just and equitable. In Scotland, all teachers share a collective responsibility to understand and embed learning for sustainability in their work. And this professional commitment captures the essence of what it means to become, be and grow as a teacher in Scotland. Next slide, please. Meeting the goals of Target 2030 is a collective effort, one that no single person or organisation can achieve alone. The Scottish education system has responded collaboratively, committing to clear action across these 4 key areas: curriculum, cultures, communities and campus. And the new framework reflects these 4 dimensions and offers a valuable opportunity to examine and develop practice within initial teacher education. Its addition to the Scottish Council of Deans of Education suite of resources alongside digital literacy, languages and anti-racism frameworks is a significant step forward. The primary audience of the framework is teacher educators. However, the framework will also be of much wider interest to student teachers, provisionally registered teachers, teacher employers, academics and international networks focused on learning for sustainability and initial teacher education. Importantly, it also supports the professional development of teacher educators themselves, recognising and strengthening their distinct professional identity. And the last slide, please. So just to talk a little bit about our role as an organisation, GTC Scotland plays a key role in encouraging engagement with LfS and promoting use of the new framework. This happens through our accreditation processes, our continuing championing of the professional standards, and by creating spaces for professional dialogue, such as our quarterly ITE meetings. Scotland holds a unique position in enabling system-level collaboration and shared ownership of policy development. And this collaborative approach has brought a strong sense of authenticity to the work of the national framework. It represents a positive milestone for the Scottish education community. Like the rest of the leadership group for the framework, we've been eagerly anticipating its publication, not just as a kind of endpoint to work that we've been doing, but as the beginning of seeing its real impact. The value of the framework really lies in how it will be used to inspire, to reflect, and to shape practice across initial teacher education. So thanks very much for letting me do a bit of an introduction there and positioning it against the GTCS professional standards. Kirsten, I'll hand back to you and then you can hand over to Lizzie.
That's fantastic, Susie. Thank you so much for positioning it so clearly in the wider context of the professional standards for teachers in Scotland, something which we all have to engage with as educators. And I really like the way in which you emphasised the fact that it is woven across the educator's professional journey from provisional registration all the way through to promoted posts within a setting. But obviously, of particular importance today is the other piece of the jigsaw in that journey, which is the beginning teacher, the training, the experiences, the ways in which we weave learning for sustainability across that part of the jigsaw.